Wow, how tiny it is. Big castle, can fit a meeple inside. Oh, and look at the tiny box. It's really tiny, just like me. Okay, maybe I'm just sitting on my knees here. Yeah, I've done a similar review before, but it's called Tiny Epic Defenders. This time it is Tiny Epic Kingdoms. As you can see on the bottom. This game was made before Defenders, but I bought Defenders before this one was even published, so you can check my other video for that one. Anyways, this is not a cooperative game, this is a competitive game. We play empires throughout this map, and we have many meeples representing the armies and a lot of landscapes and stuff. So let's find out how the game works, and we'll get back to afterwards what I think about it.
Hello.
A lot of the focus of the game is on this board here. This represents the actions you can do in the game. So the starting player, who has this tower here, will choose one available action. So, one of these. The next player in turn order may then choose to do the same action as you did, or they can harvest from their fields. Then, after everyone has done, the next player can take one available action, like so, and so forth. And the third player, fourth player, and fifth player. And once every player has done all 5 actions, the sub player marker moves on, and it's all cleared. And this goes on until the game is over. How the game ends is depending on a few factors. The first one to complete a tower, the game ends then. If someone reaches level 5 magic, the game ends. Or if someone places the last meeple on the board. And notice you can place meeples not only on your own board, but on the neighbor's board as well. And also you can have alliances, which both benefit from this field they're on. First off, let me point out how many races there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a lot of races. And each of the races come with their own special abilities. Also, there are 4 more land areas than I showed you on the table. This might be because it's a Kickstarter edition, I don't know. I hope they have everything in the store, the retail version, but I don't know. And you see, they have 5 skills for each race, and they're very unique per race as well, and also extremely unbalanced. But yeah, how can you wait for and expect that these are going to be balanced? You can mix and match anything, and depending on how many players you have, and depending on what type you're going for, are you going for confrontational or are you going for peaceful way, it's extremely unbalanced. In the game you have 3 types of resources. You have food, magic, and clay, I think. You use clay for building towers, magic for magic, and food for workers, basically, or for war. The game is extremely simple, and that's kind of what I enjoy about it. At the same time, the game is too simple, and I don't enjoy it. Well, that is because when you do something in this game, it feels like not much, actually. When you move a figure from one space to the other, you just do it. And you don't get the feeling of building anything up, you just do it. And sometimes you get 1 more meeple, you get a couple of resources, you move the tower piece up 1, you move the magic marker up 1. The changes are so minute, and it just feels a bit lame, actually. Also, the game is broken with 2 players. It all depends on the races you draw, and there is no room for negotiations or bluffing for 2 players. It's just broken, actually. If one player is beaten down, the other player can just continue to beat him down until he wins. There's no way to get back. So if you look aside for 2 players, let's focus on 3 and 3 to 5, and the fighting. A combat happens when 2 meeples of the different colors are in the same area, which aren't already there. Like this here, this is an alliance. But if gray comes in here by a quest action, a possible combat happens. And what happens then is gray player and purple player are able to spend resources on their battle, and see who wins, actually. This is hidden information. But purple has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 possible to expend, while Grey has 14, 15 resources to spend, max 11 though. So what happens is I take my die, I choose a number behind my hand like this, and the Grey player does the same. So we can negotiate now. Let's say Purple says, yeah, I want peace. You're going to win anyway, so I want peace. Sure, Grey say. So they reveal, and Grey has a peace symbol, and Purple has not. Purple has decided to actually go to war. So they spend one resource, because they actually spend something, and they win the battle. So for Grey, who foolishly said peace, he lost the battle, and that's it. Well, there you have it. This is Tiny Epic Kingdoms, and as far as the epic part goes, I can't say that it feels epic. Okay, you have vast kingdoms of different races, meeting and clashing of cultures and combat and everything, but everything is so distilled into one thing, one small change now and then. If I move a meeple, it's one step. Oh yeah, I've lost one to gain another. If you build a meeple, you gain nothing until you move it again. The things that happen during the actions are very small, and it feels slow. It feels very slow. The game lasts 30-40 minutes, and that's okay, but still, it's by that time frame, it still feels like a slow-paced game. And whatever you do, it just doesn't really feel like it matters in the long run. The same goes with war. You can save resources or do the same action as the other people. In case it comes a war against your way, but then again, there is very little buffing element here actually. If they have a lot more resources than you, well, they're going to spend it, of course. Unless someone else has a lot of resources, I'm going to attack them. But sometimes you can see, obviously, that they're not going to attack you because they have some other agenda. And the game offers very little of interestingness, if that's a word. So I'm having a hard time to actually recommend this, but also I won't say this is a bad game either. It just feels a bit flat or stale, maybe. But it is better than Tiny Epic Defenders, though. I give it that. And the components are great. The artwork is not my taste and feels a bit childish, actually. Not that it's childish contents, but it feels like a child drew it. Well, not that bad, but you get my point. Okay, this was Tiny Epic Kingdoms. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I hope I see you again.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.